Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Little Sister Chalks and Saturday Morning Crafting. I'm Luana and I'm your Chalk Couture Independent Designer. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to create a round for the front door. This week is going to be more about like porch decor, outdoor decorations for fall. I love Halloween too, so we'll get to that at some point. But I have got this adorable stencil, 'Tis the Season. It's got an adorable pumpkin, a football, because yes, we all love football, a leaf, and then a coffee cup, because it's time for pumpkin spice latte. I think this would also look really cute on a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. So that's also something I'm going to create for myself. I can't wait. That's actually why I bought this, but I love it. The other thing I've got is a Chalk Couture surface, the rustic round. So it's a 16-inch round. It's not that thick, so it's a nice size, nice weight for the front door. And that's what we'll be creating on. I've got a multitude of chalk paste that we'll be working with, so I'll probably do the lift and peel, lift and dry technique. There's the word. And we'll kind of just walk through it step by step. So let me tilt you down and you can see what I'm working on. I've got to open this up still, which I probably should have done before I got you on here. All right, there we go. Break the seal. Open this guy up. The nice thing about this round is actually you can do two sides. So we could do one side for fall and one side for Halloween, or one side for fall, one side for Christmas, winter, whatever. I'm going to look at the sides. I don't particularly like that line, so I think I'm going to go with this side. And come back tomorrow because I will do a bow for this. I'm not a bow person. That is not my strength, not something I love, but I will do one because what goes better than on a what goes better on a porch sign than a bow? Not much, or a door sign. So the first thing I'll do is fuzz my stencil. And if you're new here, we do this because there's adhesive on the back of the stencil to keep it in place while you're working. And if it's too sticky, it will stick too tightly to your surface, and that could cause it to stretch the silk screen portion where the chalk goes through, and that would not be very fun. I've done it to a couple of stencils, and I was very unhappy. One of them I can't get anymore, so that made me unhappy. So you just do that a few times. That's our fuzzing cloth that I used. You could use any towel. You can use your shirt, which I don't tend to do because we've got dogs, so there's always hair everywhere. All right, then I'm going to kind of line it up where I want it. I think that's kind of centered. Now I just moved it. I think that's kind of centered and mostly straight. And then I will flatten it down, and what I want to make sure is there's no bubbles where the silk screen is. Now, the bad part is I'm going to be switching colors a lot, so chalking, lifting, letting it dry. I should probably grab my dryer tool. Hopefully it don't fall off my stool. There we go, got it. Just in case we need that. And then you just got to make sure you press down again. So that there's no bubbles, because bubbles will cause bleeds, and that's not cool. All right, so I may start at the bottom and work my way up. I'm going to do the leaves in meadow. I'm going to do the words in the wonderful vanilla paste that's new with the autumn catalog. I absolutely love it. I'm going to use papaya, espresso. I may do a blending technique on this, and then may go back to the vanilla for the coffee cup. So let's start. I've got my meadow paste, so this is a nice basic green, and I'm going to do this bottom little row of leaves. And I'm just applying the chalk paste, spreading it over, making sure the silk screen's covered, picking up excess because you don't need a whole lot and you don't want big globs of it sticking around. As you can see, I dipped it once and I'm almost through the hole. I'm going to use the back a little bit because there's some on there. Almost through the whole line. I might make it. I was thinking about getting fancy on these and do the marbling technique, but decided not to. Okay, so I've got, that looks all covered, and I'm just going to lift slowly, if I can get under there. There we go. Just to the point that I chalked. Oh, look how pretty that came out. Can you see? And I'm just going to hit it with the dryer real quick. If I can turn it on one-handed. There we go. Alright, so you'll notice today I'm using all Chalk Couture supplies. I don't always do that. I like to use thrifted or found things and upcycle or recycle them. But we're doing, and I'm just going to use a dry squeegee and just run it over this part that I lifted up when I dried that other piece. I don't care about that now because we're done. So I'm just making sure this is down again. But as I was saying, I'm using all Chalk Couture supplies today, I think, except for when we get to the bow. And I know I've got Perks members out there. I love you. Thank you for joining. But if you don't know what Perks is all about, drop a comment that says Perks, and I will give you some information on it. Our Perks members save 30% every time they shop, and always get early access to specials and things like that. Sometimes there's specials just for them. And it's almost like being a designer without any of those requirements that we have for designers. You just get a little bit less discount than we do. Not much. So we get 40%. Perks members get 30%. So if you want more information, like I said, drop the word Perks in the comments and I will get you some because it is an awesome program. And I love my Perks members. Hugs, hugs, kiss, kiss. It's more fun to create with friends. So when you have Perks members, you know that there's somebody that loves chalk almost as much as you do, sometimes more. They're pretty awesome. So this is the vanilla, which is new in our autumn catalog. It's a soft white, like an ivory, I guess you'd call it, and I love it. Usually these en vogue colors, they call them, are just for the season. And I sure hope this one sticks around because it is amazing. Amazing, amazing. All right, so we'll just finish the letters and then we'll do the same thing. We'll lift it, we'll dry, and then we'll come to the more complicated things. Well, I guess we have some leaves in there that we got to do first. And then we'll do some of the more complicated color switching. Not complicated, just takes a little more time. A little more patience. But it's oh so wonderful. All right, we're almost done with that. So if you catch the replay, say hello. Let me know if you've been watching the Olympics. I've been watching in the evenings. And I'm so proud of our athletes. They've been doing such a fabulous job. All right, so there's our letters. And I'm going to hit it with the dryer again. And it's good to peel slowly when you're peeling, just in case there's spots that didn't quite come through the silk screen. You can always lay things back down and touch them up. So the reveal is the fun part, but doing it slowly makes a difference. So again, I'm just going to go real quick over this line of leaves to make sure there's no air bubbles. And I'm going to grab my meadow again. And I've got a multi-tool. So this little guy has a small squeegee at the end, and you can stir paste with that end. But I love that you can get into these smaller spaces with this multi-tool, with the small end. So we'll just do leaves again. Ooh, I gotta be careful up here. See, there's a bubble right here. Doesn't look like it's in the silk screen, but I am gonna lift one more time, and I'll just make sure that that's not a problem. So we'll lift again after we finish the leaves. Dry real quick, and then, like I said, we'll get to kind of the fun pieces. The little icons, they're so cute. And those can be used in so many different ways. Like even on a t-shirt, if you just wanted to do one or two of them. If you wanted to put them on a mug. If you wanted to put them on a little box frame. There's a lot of uses for, that's what I really love about our stencils, is that you don't have to use them the way they're designed. You can use them however you like. You can use bits and pieces in all different ways. Really, really cute. All right, so where's my, there it is. So I'm going to be careful here, and because these are like the star of the show, just make sure they're down. And the pieces that we finished don't really make a difference anymore, so you don't have to worry too much. Ah, I just got green. Not cool. We'll see how that works. A little oopsie, but maybe it's mostly on the teal part. All right, so I'm going to shift this a little bit. I'm going to grab papaya and espresso for this piece. Oh, yikes. Papaya's got stuff going on over here. You didn't see it, I don't think, in the camera, but papaya paste everywhere. All right. I wish I had, I'm going to grab this little guy. Wish I had more multi-tools. I think I need to get some. All right, squeegees. I have everything at my hands. I just can't figure out what I'm doing. All right, so papaya is my favorite orange. It's wonderful for fall. Now I will say the color of the month is Cozy, which is a shimmer orange. And it looks pretty darn awesome for fall and Halloween decor. So I placed my order the other day. It's only available while supplies last with qualifying orders. And like I said, Perks members get the extra benefit of 30% off. So they get their stuff on sale, and then they can order the color of the month on sale. Well, not on sale, but at a discount. It's really fun when you can put what you want on sale, isn't it? I like that. And I may try to hit these leaves over here so we're not pulling up all the time. I'll do that real quick. And then espresso for the, oh, and I saw some more leaves. The light didn't let me see them when I was looking at them, but I'll come back real quick. I'm going to do the stem and espresso. So, I didn't finish my Olympic story. I swear. Would forget my head if it wasn't attached to my body. Let me just get these guys to while I'm here. I've been watching in the evenings, and it's been amazing. I'd love to know, if you're watching, what's your favorite sport? I love the gymnastics, both the men's and women's. So proud of the men's gymnastics team for winning the bronze and breaking that 16-year drought. I'm just going to dry a little bit. Don't stick your dryer in the wet paint. I'm going to leave it alone though. Kind of learned, so I don't know if you can see it, but I hit the dryer onto the pumpkin, but I'm going to leave it alone. I've learned that trying to fix things sometimes is worse. Just better off leaving it. And there we got green again. This green is going everywhere. I don't know what that was from. Maybe it's just a clean one. So, push the football down. I don't like how that's looking. All right, so get papaya out of my way. I'm going to do the football and espresso. And that should cover up my green that I got on there. Don't know where that came from. I may just have gotten brown on the leaves. I don't know that I care. Trying to move too fast, I think. That's a really cute football. That would look cute on a t-shirt, on a sweatshirt, on a bag, if you got a football player in your family. On a little, you know, like a duffel bag that they use for practices and things. Cute. I may do that leaf with the marbling last because I brought nothing to clean my hands with. So I'm going to have to jump up and wash my hands when I'm done. Because I have a couple more things to show you after this. I need your opinion. Like I said, I'm not a bow person, but this is going to get a bow. Maybe I won't. No, because I just did. Well, that's all right. I can lift. All right, let's lift up, see what happened. Oh no, I didn't get brown on anything. So I'm just going to lift because I went too far above that leaf. Yeah, I want your opinion on ribbons. I like ribbons. I just don't like bows. I don't know what it is. I'm not good at making them. That's part of it. So for sure, that's part of it. Okay. And then let me just push this down here. Make sure that's flat again. Then I think I'm going to do this and come back with a bunch of colors for that leaf. So I said vanilla, but I think I want to do the itty bitty little pumpkin in the center with papaya. It's cute. Cute, cute. All right, vanilla is here. I usually try to go up and down instead of going different directions, but because I'm switching colors, sometimes it's hard. You gotta just kind of go the direction that works with the space you have. All right, I think that's okay. Oh no, there's a spot there. Almost done with the cup. Let me do up here. Before I peel, we'll do these leaves, and then all we have left is the big leaf to do, which is gonna get a little messy. Cute. That cup is cute. The dryer's on the wrong side. Let's dry real quick. All right, our last little feet here. All right, let's see, what are we doing? I think I want to put in, and I'm gonna have paste everywhere. Open jars of paste galore. I'm just gonna use little stir sticks. So I've got moss green, which was last fall's, one of last fall's color, and I'm just gonna hit this leaf a couple times. I've got rust, which is not that different from papaya, so I guess I should have just used what I had open. And I've got sunny side. Give it a little bit of yellow, not too much. We don't need too much of this. That looks good. And then maybe a little pop of saucy, which is like a reddish rust, I guess. I'll just use a little bit of that. All right, so then I'm gonna take my finger and just get in here and rub it around. And I let it sit a little too long, I think. So I'm gonna dab another little bit of moss. It's got to be a little moist. There we go. And I think as I was adding the colors, it was just sitting too long. You can tell in here it's not gone through quite right. I don't know if you guys can see. I tried to change my setup again and bring the table up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing maybe a little bit better. All right, that looks covered. And then my espresso over here, I just want to hit the stem and just do that straight brown. It's hard now with this finger full of chalk. I'm struggling a little bit. All right, let's peel. See how that came out. Oh, I like it. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right, you guys. Let me just turn this so you can see it right side. Oh, that looks really cute. And I'm gonna go wash my finger real quick so that I don't get paste everywhere. All right, sorry about that. I did not think ahead to bring something wet to wipe my finger with. All right, let me close up some of this so I don't stick my hand in anything. Because if you've been around, you know I do that. Yep, I do. This time I had paste on my finger because I was doing this marbling, but usually it's because I stuck my finger in paste. Not on purpose. I'm just going to get the ones right by me that I have a fear I'm going to knock over. So, like I said, I hope you have enjoyed this demo. It's gone a little bit longer than I usually do. I hope you've stuck around and liked it. I hope you like the store sign. So now I need some opinions. If you will please, after you watch, give me some comments about which ribbon you like. I do like this one. It's got all the words, blessings, autumn, pumpkin, fall. I don't know what else it has, but it's almost a little Thanksgiving-ish, so I don't know. I like this one, so that one I think for sure is going to go in the mix. I've got more of a braid with some of those same colors in it. I've got sunflowers. I'm not sure that goes. It might distract too much, so that one I probably will not use. I've got a yellow, or a mustard, I guess. It kind of picks up the yellow in the leaf. And I've got these funky little orange pom-poms. So those are fun. I don't think I have anything green in my stash, but I will look again. But yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about ribbons, so then I can try to create a nice bow and stick it on in the sky. So come back tomorrow to see the finished project, and drop perks in the comments if you want some info on perks. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and it's almost the season. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.